Hello and welcome to the Daily Show here on Claret and Booze. We've got three big stories for you today. We're going to start off talking about Kurt Zouma. Is he going to make a surprise return against Frankfurt on Thursday? I think he might. Next, we're going to talk about what looks like a very, very good replacement for Benrahma and or Vlasic on the left wing of West Ham, a player we're being heavily linked with. And then finally, we're going to cover these disgusting refereeing decisions that we've seen go against us just lately. Our luck's got to change in that department. But anyway, that's what we're going to discuss. Please give this video a watch. If you like what you see, please hit like, hit subscribe to our channel, Claret and Booze, and hit the bell notification icon. So, on with the first story. Kurt Zouma. Kurt Zouma, as you remember, on April the 10th, when we played Brentford, he was scissor tackled by a Brentford player. He went over on his ankle. Rumour is he twisted his ankle. It was very, very badly bruised. But as we saw with Kurt Zouma's previous injury, he seems to recover from injury, quite bad injury, surprisingly quickly. Now, that is the word coming out of the club at the moment, is that he is ahead of schedule. Now, April the 10th, he was supposed to be out for 4 weeks. Ahead of schedule, I'm thinking maybe 3 weeks. If we look ahead to Thursday against Frankfurt, that is almost 3 weeks since the injury occurred. I don't think it's ligament damage or anything like that, because he'd be out for a hell of a lot longer. It must just be the bruising and waiting for the swelling to go down, which I assume has gone down already. The club are staying stum with accurate updates on Zuma and Diop, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if on Thursday night we saw Zuma starting. I mean, it'd be a hell of a relief after what's happened to our centre halves in recent days. I mean, we couldn't get unluckier if we tried, could we? So that's on the centre halves, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about them later. By the way, Craig Dawson, just to be very clear what happened to Craig Dawson over the weekend. He got sent off, as we all know. He got sent off. It is only a 1-game ban. It's a 1-game ban. It's not 3 games. It's not 2 games. It's a 1-game ban, because that is the type of offence he committed. All right. So just to be clear on that one. So going on to the second story, David Moyes has been to watch Hull a few times, and also it's now being reported that he is very, very interested in signing Keane Lewis-Potter, who is a left winger, a natural left winger, and a very, very good one. And I think if you look at the success that we've had buying players out of the Championship, the last one was Bowen, also came from Hull. He's been a wonderful success for us. And, having him on the right-hand side and having a proper left winger on the left-hand side. Incidentally, Lewis-Potter can also play wing-back, and he's done very well in that position as well. Definitely a position we need to fill. He's pacey. He sets up a lot of goals. I think he's played 46 games this season for Hull, and he's got 16 assists, which is quite an incredible return for such a young player. This will probably mean, I imagine, the end of Benrahma and or Vlasic. I can't personally see, and I went to Chelsea on Sunday, and look, for the umpteenth game running, we saw a really frustrating performance from Saeed Benrahma. Now, nobody wants to see Benrahma succeed more than me. I don't want to come across as somebody who's anti-Benrahma, because I'm not. But we've really genuinely seen nothing from him apart from the odd flash of brilliance here and there. Someone described him absolutely perfectly on a match review the other night. Danny from the States was on, and he said he is anticlimactic. And that's exactly what he is. He's the kind of guy who gets you off your seat, and just as you think something good is going to happen, it all goes wrong. He picks the wrong ball. He picks the wrong pass. Against Chelsea, I mean, again, it's like a recurring theme on the channel about Benrahma. We talk about how he doesn't seem to have much ball. And that was obvious against Chelsea. I mean, more than a few times in the second half, he got away on the left wing. He was one-on-one with a defender. And you look at him, you're thinking, front up the defender, run at him, try and go around him. And he didn't. He just turned around and played the ball back. It was a ridiculous performance, but a typical performance from Benrahma. And then you go on to Nikola Vlasic. Now, Nikola Vlasic, I don't think has had a fair crack so far, because he has not played in his natural position. His natural position is apparently the number 10. He's supposed to play behind the strikers. He's not supposed to play as a left winger, but that is where he gets put. Whenever he comes on, it's like a one-to-one replacement for Benrahma, and that is not playing to Vlasic's strength. So I do have some sympathy for Vlasic. And what you do get from Vlasic when he comes on the pitch is you get a battling performance. You get someone who's going to, try and really put themselves about physically. But having said that, not being a left winger and being put on the left wing, he hasn't got the pace to go by someone. He's not blessed with natural pace, and nor is Benrahma. He can't cross the ball very well. I think I can remember one decent cross he's put in this year, which led to a goal. But that was about it. I think Yarmolenko, if I remember rightly. But they're both very limited. So we're playing with players on the left wing who are not left wingers. So imagine how brilliant it would be if we could bring in a young English natural left winger, someone who's comfortable playing there, together with the guy we've got playing on the right in Jarrod Bowen, who's a natural right winger. That's putting a round peg in a round hole, and that is something we don't do very often as West Ham with our signings. So personally, I am absolutely delighted to see that we are being linked with this player. Young English player from the Championship. You can't, in my view, you can't really go wrong. It will work. Bit of good news in my mind. So anyway, moving on to the final story, and this story is about bad refereeing. We've been at the end of some really dodgy decisions lately. If we go back to the first leg against Lyon, what a night, where we ended up playing with 10 men, and we ended up playing with 10 men because Aaron Cresswell got sent off. He got sent off because the forward, the winger in that case, decided to go down very easily after getting touched on the shoulder. Referee fell for it. VAR could do nothing about it because it wasn't a clear and obvious error. So it's down to, who do you believe? You believe the striker. It's clear in the in the replay that there wasn't enough contact for him to go down. But if you rewind that move to the very beginning, Jarrod Bowen gets fouled. But that didn't get taken into account, and David Moyes was complaining about this. He was saying it's the same phase of play, because that had we got that free kick, that attack never would have happened. Cresswell never would have got sent off, right? A very similar thing happened at Chelsea, because as we saw, Craig Dawson tugged on the shirt of Lukaku. Who knows whether Lukaku would have scored anyway. You're saying it's a goal-scoring opportunity. It is Lukaku we're talking about. But anyway, it was a foul. It was a penalty. I think that much is clear. But the problem is, if you rewind that move, the ball went out for a corner to us. So that's 2 games in the space of, a couple of weeks. 2 key games where, number one, the Lyon game, that could have ended up costing us our place in the Europa League, right? Number 2, that point yesterday, that could have cost us a 6th or a 7th place. That could turn out to be a really important point. Why are these other sides given a helping hand so much? Why do we never get the benefit of the doubt when it comes to a decision like that? I'm pretty sure that had we scored a goal, or a penalty was given down the other end, I'm pretty sure they would have rewound the tape and looked at the earlier incident. And the same goes for Bowen as well against Lyon. This has got to stop. We've got to stop being on the dodgy end of these decisions. The referees, referees seem a little bit excitable. To my mind, there was no need to send Dawson off yesterday either. I know the double jeopardy law doesn't strictly apply, but isn't it enough punishment to give a penalty away? I mean, surely it is. To go down to 10 men, basically the referee just gave Chelsea all the points, gave them a lovely present, thank you very much. So anyway, look, that's my little gripe about referees. I hope the standard of referees improves, and please God we get a good referee, a good solid referee for this first leg on Thursday. Anyway, that's it from me. That's my 3 stories for today. Again, if you like what you see, please hit subscribe to the channel, Claret and Booze. Hit the bell notification icon and give us a like. We'll have another show tomorrow morning. Until then, see you soon and come on, you irons.